Welcome to the channel. This one we talk about the invasion of Jamaica by over 200 illegal Indians. Yes, it was an invasion. It was a failed invasion. I know some of our people like to play into the word semantics game and will be saying it's not an invasion as there was no armed entry. It was an invasion from a standpoint of there being an hostile point of entry into a sovereign nation. They weren't sanctioned or allowed to come to Jamaica by the necessary immigration service. Neither was the plane they were on. And as a result, they were sent back to where the plane was coming from. This is Upside Our World TV, the channel where family, friends, and folks can dialogue with an open mind. Now, according to reports, over 200 Indians from India were refused entry by immigration officials. Now hear the double speak and the double talk used by these people. The Jamaican Observer article states, the Ministry of National Security noted that despite arriving on the island legally and receiving the requisite approval for operation from the Jamaican Civil Aviation Authority, the passengers, who are reportedly Indians, were refused entry by immigration officials based on security concerns uncovered during the processing at the airport. So the whole hoopla around this thing is upon landing in Jamaica. The passengers on the flight did not appear in submitted passenger manifest. Apparently, this flight contained two youths from Uzbekistan that are on the US no-fly list. And this is the reason for detaining them and turning around the flight. There is a difference written in the print media and what is being said in television broadcast media. Print media is reporting that only two of the Indians were not pre-approved to be on the flight. But broadcast television media is conveying it in a manner that would make it easy to believe that neither the chartered plane nor any one of the passengers on board the flight was pre-approved to be in Jamaica.
The issue is, they should not be here, nor should they be moving around this freely unsupervised. We understand the Indian nationals were among 218 individuals who arrived in Jamaica via a chartered flight. The flight, a white and blue Airbus A340, is registered in Germany. It has also since been impounded and remains on the tarmac at the Norman Manley International Airport. The aircraft and those aboard did not have the relevant approval, including the passenger manifest, to come to Jamaica. Law enforcement sources told our news center that the chartered airline also did not state it was arriving in Jamaica. Nevertheless, civil aviation officials allowed the aircraft to land. We were further reliably informed that the flight transited through Dubai, and they'd made a stop in the Egyptian capital Cairo, where an Uzbek national was picked up before heading to Jamaica. The Uzbekistan national, based on our checks, is of interest to government officials in the United States. Interestingly, another Uzbek national who also arrived on a previous flight was eventually detained when the authorities started investigating this Indian chartered flight.
Now, when I first heard about the story, my mind was wondering, are all of them on the flight illegal? Also, who sent them? Is there a system in place where under normal circumstances they will be allowed into the country without detection? Are there people in Jamaica and in the Middle East region exchanging money to facilitate these dealings? These are the questions that will go in line to what is being reported in the broadcast television media. Being that the plane is on Jamaican soil and likely was not vetted at their point of departure, couldn't it be that a Jamaican authority checked their luggage to see what's in there? Or would that be out of the legality? Them lucky the plane never land on sand somewhere by Clarendon and then just get off and spread out all about into the country. With the history of Jamaica, who's to tell how many of these illegal Indians are being allowed in the country and being given false birth certificate? Next thing you know, them in the place attack and trample over the African-born black people. As I said earlier, them reported in the media that the Indians and the plane were pre-approved and only two people from Uzbekistan was not pre-approved to be on the flight. So them sent all of them back because of security concerns. The way the Minister of Security puts it, it gives off the impression that none of the Indians on board were there illegally, and it was only the people from Uzbekistan that was on the plane were not pre-approved to be there. If those two from Uzbekistan wasn't people of concern by the US government, would they have allowed those Indians out into the country, even though the chartered plane that they came on was not given pre-approval? How many of these flights have passed undetected in Jamaica? Is the Ministry of Security downplaying this, or downplaying the number of illegal Indians, as Jamaica is a small country and probably depend on India as one of its main trade partners? This is not the first case of a plane carrying Indians being detained. This also happened as recent as December 2023, when a plane carrying Indians bounded for Nicaragua was grounded by French authorities and investigated on the possibility of human trafficking. Similar to the Jamaican incident, they were coming from the United Arab Emirates region, where it looked like they attempted to defect from their work visas. It is reported that the passengers might have planned to travel to Central America in order to attempt an illegal entry into the United States and Canada. As far back as October 2019, a flight flew from Mexico to New Delhi, India, with 300 Indian men, one single Indian woman, that were in Mexico illegally and being deported. So this illegal Indian flight thing is not a precedent, as it has been going on for a while now. The question is whether the Ministry of Security in Jamaica is being truthful about the Indians on board being legally approved, and if they were legally approved, on what grounds were they legally approved?